Hello, everybody. Today, in 1990, Tim Berners-Lee published his proposal, which eventually led to the World Wide Web, that enormously creative and constructive invention which has changed our lives so dramatically, but not least by making us feel one with the rest of the people on Earth. Those who are, and of course, I'm aware that many still aren't, but those who are linked through their ability to access the World Wide Web are much more able to feel a sense of oneness. I can contact any one of them in a matter of seconds. I can know a matter of seconds after it's happened about any significant event that has happened anywhere on the globe, as it can come to me on my phone wherever I am. This enormous sense of being one family, being connected, being united across the whole human race. I think it's ironic that we remember this anniversary at the same time as we do our remembering of one of the most destructive events in human history, the Great War and the wars that followed in the last century and in this one, causing enormous unhappiness, chaos and suffering. I came across a story from Moscow during the Second World War. This was when a group of German soldiers, prisoners of war, were to be marched through the city streets. Women turned out, and they were mostly women because the menfolk had mostly died on the front, at the front. These women, struggling themselves to make ends meet and looking poor and bedraggled, came out to shout abuse at these German soldiers, to vent their rage and their fury at these people who represented those who had killed their menfolk. But actually what happened was when they saw them, one woman pushed through the soldiers who were holding her back and took from her pocket what must have been very nearly her last crust of bread and shoved it into the pocket of one of these German soldiers looking so poor and bedraggled and holding their heads down. And she clearly saw this person now no longer as an enemy, but as a fellow human being. And other women followed suit, and soon the soldiers couldn't hold back the women who wanted to rush forward and give just small amounts, but a little bit of food of what they had left to these struggling German soldiers. It's a message that I think is worth remembering this Remembrance Weekend. The need to see our fellow members of the human race not as enemies, not as people who stand in our way or represent things that we don't believe in, but whatever their situation, they are fellow human beings. We are part of one united human race. And as such, I think we have some responsibility for them. I remember an incident where Bishop Desmond Tutu talking about President P.W. Botha. They were opposite ends of the argument over apartheid. Botha enforcing it, Tutu trying to defeat it. And Tutu asked about his relationship with Botha, quoted from the Bible saying, which says, I am not my brother's keeper. And Tutu said, that's wrong, he said. Not only, in referring to Botha, not only am I my brother's keeper, I am my brother's brother. And if you'll forgive the maleness of the language, I hope that that's what we can see and work for this weekend. Not only to be the keepers of our fellow human beings, but their brothers and sisters too.